Hello, welcome to Tarot to a Tea, where I'm having a little tea. And I think you came here for some tarot, so I'm going to shut up and just jump into it. And we're going to do a mid-month for, I'm feeling the sign of Capricorn. This is mid-April, the sign of Capricorn. I'm trying out a little new format. I'm going to be dealing a few more cards than I normally do, or at least how I started with these videos a couple months ago. But we're going to look at a situation that you're dealing with. Again, this is for mid-April, Capricorn, and we're going to do some cards to look at a problem you're dealing with in that situation. And then we're going to deal some cards of advice, and of course, if I'm feeling a need to clarify, I'm going to certainly do that. And if I didn't mention it already, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to build this channel up, and it really helps me out, and I thank you for your kindness, okay? Alright, let's look at what you're dealing with, Capricorn. You're dealing with a Joker? That's just, it always surprises me when it comes out first. It's like, whoa. Anyway, looks like you're dealing with some kind of juggling. Things getting mixed up and moved around in your life a lot. I like to clarify with these jokers, don't be put off by the Joker and their seemingly chaos. I mean, there really could be some chaos going on for you. Personal chaos, let's say. The Joker is a master at what they do. You know, they're throwing, fire batons around or balls or whatnot, but actually it takes a lot of skill, right? Especially not to drop them. So I think that's kind of the energy that I'm pulling out with this situation that's going on with you. There is a bit of mastery around it, as this king tells us. But I think there's a little bit of trouble. Maybe you're not happy with the way things are going at the moment. This could be the card of partnerships, but I'm not picking that up with this necessarily. This is also the card of creativity, and maybe you're having to use creative means to juggle whatever is happening in your life. It could be workload, it could be dealing with other people's stuff, like their issues. I'm kind of hearing that. Like people come to you for advice or to help them with problems. Does that make sense? And maybe you have a couple of different scenarios going on, so you're like doing this juggling act. You're trying to balance it all. You're not particularly overwhelmed by it because, again, with this king energy, king of clubs, you're very generous with your time and whatnot, and there is, what I'm trying to say is this is a card of maturity. So this is not like you're out of your element and you're just being thrown into something you can't handle. Okay? Let's clarify a little bit about this situation for Capricorn. I think you're wanting it to be over. I don't think you're particularly happy with what's going on, because this is honestly one of the worst cards you can have. But it's also the card of some kind of ending. Major ending. Let's get another card to see what's going on with Capricorn. It's bringing around some changes. Yeah. As a result of whatever you're doing. I think you really need to get out of this, though. Because the changes that are required now, are like overdue. And it's definitely speaking about more dissatisfaction with the way things are going. I think you're, honestly, I think you're dealing with a lot that you're just not happy with. You have to deal with it, but you're not happy with it. So you need some kind of, I don't know, so some kind of element to come in here and make things work better for you. So we kind of already saw some problems, but I'm going to go ahead with the second row of information we have here. Again, we have the card, another joker. We have the second joker. It's too much. It's too much juggling, shifting around, like the shifting sands kind of. I saw like shifting sands literally. Like, you know, like when you put your foot in the sand and it kind of envelops the foot. The foot is like gone, and it's like you didn't even have time to look at it. It's like under the sand, like so quickly. There's some kind of immaturity, or perhaps this does kind of indicate that you're kind of over your head. Yeah, with the Jack. You're probably trying to figure things out, but you're kind of out of your element in some way. There's a strong sense of being out of your element, even though you're dealing with this stuff. It's also bringing up changes, not changes, what is the word? It's instigating new ways with this Ace of Clubs of looking at things and dealing with things. I think you're having to use a lot of creativity in problem solving. Yeah. Again, I think if I didn't mention this already, if you're a person who people rely upon, I think you're just being like really generous with your time and people trust you. But it's leading to some inner conflict and turmoil. Yeah. Again, this is the problem. You've taken on some things that aren't really it's not your forte. You're over your head. And I think you're trying to save face by like putting on some kind of air of, I got this. I am smooth. Nothing's gonna like trip you up. But I think you're kind of deceiving people. You're deceiving the outside world by pretending you're like this person who has their shit together. Not to be so blunt, but that's what that is, right? Wow, and I think it has to do with some kind of I'm getting that whatever is you're being asked to step up to the plate and deal with, probably for other people, is opening a lot of doors. But I think it also is affecting your abundance in some way. It could literally be money. This is the card of Pentacles, okay? But it doesn't mean that you're necessarily profiting from this or losing money. I think there needs to be some kind of plan. You're paying possibly with your time. That's what I'm hearing. Time is also a resource and therefore a part of our abundance. So if we're overpaying with our time, yeah, that can be tricky. I think you're also trying to balance some kind of social life with whatever is going on here, and it's a sincere desire to move ahead, possibly to have satisfaction with the social life. And this is like spending time with family, friends, anything under the sun. This is not specific to like romance. It could be. But I think whatever this is, it's affecting your ability to relax and have fun and have some kind of fulfillment outside of the work. The Eight of Hearts. Okay, what's your advice, Capricorn? Oh, queen it up. Queen it up. I'll explain that a little bit more. That's obviously a woman who definitely has her shit together. So anything I said earlier about not having your shit together, I think it's nudging you in the direction of, yeah, you need to kind of get your shit together. It's also a woman who socializes, and she has a good sense of responsibility and whatnot, but it's mature energy, because you like to be social. And to get back to that place of being able to socialize freely, I think with whatever is like draining you here, because this is like a huge drain. Honestly, this is a huge drain. The only thing that came out was this Eight of Hearts that indicated any kind of soul business, like something that nourishes your soul. The rest of it is just kind of putting out fires constantly, okay? So you definitely want to get back in that place. Again, we have the card of partnerships. It probably actually speaks more about partnerships than this three down here. This is the Three of Hearts, in case you can't see it. I think you need to be very decisive about how you approach this. I'm going to have to get more clarifiers because I'm not making a lot of sense to myself. But anyway, that's what the energy of this card represents. And this Four of Hearts, this is ultimately what you want. This is stability. This is happy relationships. Just like, you want to get back to your heart. You want to get back to your heartstrings. Like the people in your life that make you tick. Whatever relationships they are, okay? There we go, with another three. Funny. Yeah, I think you need to resolve some kind of confusion about where to spend your time and your energy to bring back your abundance. Because you're very scattered. Yeah. Of course, it was kind of screaming at me, but I just realized you're very scattered. And you can't have any stability with scatteredness. You just can't. It doesn't work. It's like having, odd and even. They're two ends of the spectrum. They can never be on the same level because they are on opposite ends of the spectrum. So being scattered does not bring you stability. It will never, ever get you there. This is also the card of clear communication. I'm hearing boundaries. I'm hearing you need to communicate boundaries. I'm going to get another card, though. See if we can get anything else out about this communication that you need to have. Capricorn, we got a Two of Diamonds. The way to the happy relationships that you want and the balance in your life that you want, honestly, is to communicate clearly mean, to give a clear message that you have your limits. Actually, I do see a little bit of abundance in here again, because I think this might revolve around some kind of way you make money. Because we definitely have more pentacles. But it's definitely, since this is the card of connections to other people and that kind of business, I think, yeah, that's the message. Oh, okay. So you need to communicate with everybody on that kind of level. Whoever you're dealing with, it took me a second to really understand that. So sorry for the delay, but you need to take every relationship you have and every interaction you have on a more personal level and have a personal talk with that person. Does that make sense? So the message may not be same for everybody. Like, you can't just send out an email or a memo and say, this is where I'm at and these are my boundaries. I think you have to take each individual situation and treat it like a one-on-one relationship. Two, one-on-one. And that's going to get you back, again, to this happy space. So instead of looking at everything as one big jumbled problem with all these jokers and juggling and time suck, it looks like you need to break it down. That's the advice. It's saying break it down. Okay, Capricorn. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give me a like, throw me a comment, and I will see you again soon, and take care until then.